Hi, continuing with today's thought. Yesterday's thought was Benjamin Netanyahu, BB, replying to Joe Biden about his, what I consider the really shameful comment, and not just me, as you're going to see in a moment, see and hear, this comment that Netanyahu is not doing enough to free the hostages, that the blame is on him, it's not on Hamas. I'm not going to rehearse all that. I'm just going to show you another comment who really, this is Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz, now people think he's a Democrat. He's actually not. He's independent. He says he's independent, but he almost always votes for Democrats. He's actually pretty liberal, and he is a friend of Joe Biden. He knows Joe Biden, and when he heard that comment, well, I'm just going to show you Alan Dershowitz's reaction, and here it is. Actually, I'm going to link to the full video. Is about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, but I'm just going to show you, a minute or two, very short segment of it, but I'm going to link to it. And I'll also recommend that Alan Dershowitz has, I guess you call it a podcast, but he shows the daily installments on YouTube. It's called The Dersh Show. Get it? Alan Dershowitz, The Dersh Show. So this is the forum in which he spoke, I guess you'd call it speaking truth of power. This is what he had to say to Joe Biden, and here he is.
President Biden, my old friend who I like so much, next time you're asked, who is stopping a ceasefire? Who is preventing the freeing of the hostages? I have one bit of advice for you, President Biden. Look in the mirror. It's you. It's you who could be doing more. It's you who are not doing enough. It is you who could bring about the return of the hostages. It is you who could have brought about the return of the hostages on day one. If you had said to the Iranians, look, you have killed and kidnapped dozens of Americans, and they have, when you count the people who were killed and the people who kidnapped, dozens of Americans. If you harm a single hair on the head of a single American, and if you do not within 72 hours release all the American hostages, just talking about the Americans now, if you don't release all the American hostages, we will destroy your oil fields. We will destroy your nuclear arsenal. We will destroy your war-making machines and capabilities, and we will sanction you into bankruptcy. You know what happened? The American hostages would have been released immediately. The people who are dead now would be alive. And so again, look in the mirror. You could have stopped this, and you didn't do it. Maybe you have good reasons. I'm not going to argue with that. We can discuss that, whether or not you have or don't have good reasons for that. But don't blame it on one person, on Netanyahu. Spread the blame around to include you and to include the American administration. Remember the mistake you made with Rafah. You and Kamala Harris, both. Kamala Harris was on an ABC TV interview in which she said it would be a disaster for the Israeli troops to go into Rafah because Israel couldn't take the innocent people out of Rafah. Well, it turns out she was just dead wrong. They got 1 million people out of Rafah, and the invasion of Rafah was the turning point. And it resulted in the killing of many, many Hamas commanders and terrorists, and with very, very few civilian casualties. It was the best time of the entire Gaza war. And the United States was dead wrong, and Benjamin Netanyahu was dead right. He said, we're going in there. You're telling us not to. We are a sovereign nation. We're going to do it. And they did it, and they did it right. So please don't tell an ally how to conduct a war that is necessary for its own defense and for the savings of the lives of its people. Allies don't dictate to other allies how to save the lives of their citizens. They go along and they show support.
That's my thought, and Alan Dershowitz's thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Comments always welcome in the comment section below the video. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.